you who have been paying attention, there's more than just one disease afflicting our country right now. The first one is obvious, but the second one is a little more subtle. The disease that's hiding right under your nose is tyranny, and the Democrats are using our current crisis as another excuse to take away your guns and strip you of your Second Amendment. As the C word continues to ravage the country and inflict thousands of Americans every day, the Democrats are doing everything in their power to ensure that you will be left at their mercy. They are absolutely loving this crisis because it means they can exert more power over you. Their new goal during all of this? To leave you defenseless as they release criminals from prison and instruct police forces to not respond to violent crimes. In this video, I want to go state by state to tell you how your state government is trying to limit your ability to protect yourself. But before I do that, please visit patreon.com/KaitlinBennett to directly support my work and help me get security for when I can finally go out to film again.
To pay this monster, make sure you go to patreon.com/KaitlinBennett. You can support my work to pay for this monster of a security guard.
For just $5 a month, you can gain access to my private Facebook group, and while you can't leave the house, we can have some fun in there and chit chat and get to know each other a little better. You can also get super cool perks such as an autographed photo in the mail every month from me, or your name right here in the description of every YouTube video. Or you can go to libertyhangout.org/store to get super cool t-shirts like the one I'm wearing right now to support the Second Amendment. So before we go state by state, I want to give you some context into why it's more crucial now than ever to make sure our Second Amendment rights are protected. As of a few weeks ago, multiple states such as New York, New Jersey, California, and Ohio began releasing people from prison over fears of the disease spreading to inmates. New York City alone has already released 900 prisoners, and the state of California has released 3,500. Not only are criminals being released from prison, but police forces across the country are warning residents that they won't be able to respond to calls for assault, for stolen or damaged property, or even for break-ins, which means that your safety is in your own hands, and owning a firearm is more essential now than ever. Meanwhile, some of these same exact states have implemented some of the harshest restrictions on firearms in the midst of this outbreak. Even though the federal government already declared that gun stores are an essential service, New York State begs to differ. Even though just 2 years ago New York was 10th in the nation for murders, Governor Cuomo doesn't think it's essential for you to need a firearm to protect yourself and ordered gun retailers to shut their doors until further notice. After New York implemented this order, Wayne LaPierre from the NRA said, "They're willing to use and abuse the full power of government in an attempt to crush us like something that you would see in communist China." And how did Governor Cuomo respond to this? Instead of defending the rights of New Yorkers, Cuomo said, "The NRA are a bunch of political bullies who control politicians in Washington and across the country, but they don't control me and they don't control New York, and that's why they're scared." Actually, Andrew, I think it's you that's scared, and that's why you had to implement this order in the first place. People all over the country were lining up at gun stores by the dozens, and I bet this struck fear into the heart of Emperor Cuomo. Unfortunately for him, he's now about to face a lawsuit from the NRA for his egregious actions, and hopefully he will lose. But New York isn't the only state to declare gun stores as non-essential during this crisis. According to a Fox News article from last week, 7 states in total, Delaware, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, and Washington have issued orders for gun dealers to close up shops for the foreseeable future, while 17 others have explicitly allowed them to stay open. The article continues, New Jersey also shut down new submissions to its background check system, which effectively put any new gun sale in the state on hold. And that right there should tell you everything you need to know about why these states are trying to restrict firearm sales. They don't want people who have never owned firearms to become new gun owners. According to the National Shooting Sports Foundation, Monday, March 16, 2020, the NICS staff experienced over a 300% increase compared to this same period in 2019. In fact, so many people were lining up in California to get guns, the one owner of a firearm store said, "We're running out of guns." David Chong of AO Sword Firearms in San Diego told KPBS that they're selling out 10 times more guns right now and said 99% of our customers, hundreds of guns, are going to people who have not ever owned guns before. They haven't felt they needed a gun before. Now they say, wow, this is the only way I'll be able to personally protect myself from other people. He said that he expects to be completely out of inventory in the next 2 weeks. In San Francisco, people lined up by the dozens outside of a gun store called City Arms. A few customers told the San Francisco Chronicle why they were lined up to get guns. The government is trying to do everything it can to keep society intact, but if society is unraveling, it's up to us to protect ourselves, said Andrew Dominguez, 36, a real estate agent in Pacifica, who waited near the end of the slow-moving line to buy ammo for his shotgun. This virus gave me the motivation, said 40-year-old John Chen. I've always wanted to have a gun, but I've been lazy. I see the news now and the outbreak and the chaos. I don't like guns, he said, but crime is getting worse. Jackson Liu, 24, came bounding out of the gun store carrying a new $500 Glock 19 in its black plastic case. I feel like there's a lot of crazy stuff happening around the world, he said. I want to feel safe. I notice a trend here that a lot of minorities are trying to get firearms, and the Democrats want to leave them defenseless? Why are they so... The uptick in firearm sales in California prompted Los Angeles County to crack down on this and order gun stores to close. But to their dismay, after the NRA started a lawsuit against the county, they immediately reversed course and allowed gun stores to reopen. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like overturning something like this in California is a huge victory and sets a precedent that these measures could be overturned elsewhere in the country as well. This past Wednesday, the state of Maine also reversed their decision to keep gun shops closed. And you remember all those restrictions I told you New Jersey implemented? Even those got overturned this week. And one county in North Carolina reversed course as well after facing legal warnings from Gun Owners of America. As of now, it looks like liberal strongholds like New York, Massachusetts, DC, and New Mexico haven't yet budged in their attempts to restrict the Second Amendment. But hopefully, with the help of organizations like the NRA and GOA, gun stores across the country can remain open. I can't think of a more important time in our lives for gun shops to be open, but Democrats want to tell you that owning a firearm isn't essential. Not only is the government refusing to protect us, but they don't want you to even be able to protect yourself. But we, the American people, will never sit back and accept this tyranny, and we will always stand up for our most basic right to self-defense, especially when our lives count on it. If you like this video, join us on Friday nights at youtube.com/libertyhangout at 8 p.m. Eastern for Quarantine with Kaitlin, a live stream series where I'll answer your questions, talk about current events, and have fun with you guys while we're all stuck at home. Be sure to set a reminder so you can tune in when we go live. I'll see you then. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and share, hit that subscribe button, and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you want to support my work, you can become a patron at patreon.com/KaitlinBennett and receive cool perks like an autographed photo from me in the mail each month. Or you can go to KaitlinBennett.org and get up to 75% off and free shipping on supplements and merchandise to support my work and start living a healthy life. My favorite product is Turbo Force because it gives me all the energy I need to make it through a long day of doing interviews. There are tons of other health supplements you can choose from to keep your body healthy during these uncertain times. And check out the website banned.video to see uncensored content from conservative creators that have been erased from social media.